Raymond McCabe, you're enormously welcome to my home. It's a home you should recognise because half of the furnishings in it come from your emporium of magnificence on the Belfast Road. I think the first thing I bought from you was the settee, the South African settee,
yeah.
the leather.
I think so.
And what was good about my particular settee? It's tough, it's strong, it's big, you know, all of those things.
It's all of them things. It's full leather, full grained leather. It's not skimmed. Some leathers, they take the swell.
Oh yeah.
And I suppose the easiest way to put it is like waffle ham or slices of gammon. Yours is slices of gammon.
And it's not a piece of furniture that would be out of place in a palace.
Of course, it's in the palace.
It's good to
and it ages well.
It ages very well.
Yeah.
And foolishly, when I got it at first, I was worried about a bit of a scuff here and a bit of a scuff there. But it becomes part of the character of the thing.
That's all the character for
Yeah. And then, of course, my beds are your beds. I got them from you, very, very comfortable. And I was listening this morning on television to a fellow talking about the importance of a bed. He was an orthopedic surgeon, of a good bed to keep everything right.
Yeah. Very, very much so. Funny, the client that got a bed off me 2 weeks ago and they arrived back a week later and I happened to ask them what was their bed like. Oh, it's lovely, it's nice, it's solid wood. I said, no, the mattress, what's it like to sleep on? And the guy turned around, man, a few words, he just said, I get up fresh every morning at 6 o'clock. He said, it's superb. I said, fantastic, delighted to hear it.
Absolutely, that's what it's about. And you make the point there, it doesn't matter if it's made out of chocolate mice, as long as the mattress is all right. People will look at the surround and the furnishing element of it, but it's more than that, very much more than that.
And using natural materials is the big thing with a lot of spring count and so on.
Yeah. The loveliness of my writing desk that I got from you. Well, what's the origin of that desk? It looks very grand, it looks very antique.
It does, it's a reproduction piece. It's probably a colonial type piece of furniture, or late, we even call it Tudor. Lovely desk. You're using it as a desk.
Oh yeah.
But furniture can be used at a number of different places. It can be used as a hall table, a side table, drawing room, sitting room, landing hall, anywhere, a bathroom. Actually, we're using tables at the moment where you put a sink on top, a modern sink.
Wow. So
you've suddenly got a unique bathroom with a bit quirky and different. You're using it as a desk, but it's multi-purpose.
It's kind of a creative experience sitting at it because you can't think bad thoughts when you're sitting there. It's kindness and goodness and your flow, the line of poetry comes more easily at the desk. You know,
probably like with a good pen.
Well, indeed, it's the same thing. And the thing about the house here that you've done, everything is coordinated, the same kind of colour, broadly speaking, and that gives the whole thing a tying together element in it.
Yeah, and it's important that you buy furniture that you like.
Oh, totally.
And then you find a space for it.
Absolutely.
I would be the same. Some people want, they have a space, then they go looking for the furniture.
No.
I'd prefer the other way. And you have a eclectic mix of different periods, colours. This puts a stamp on your house.
Oh, it very much does. And it's so joyful to own these pieces. You know, I once knew there was a priest, Father Moore, who, when he was alive, he was a great singing priest, a choir man, and he was a great collector of furniture. And I couldn't understand that at the time, but then I was 20. I understand now what makes it.
He bought it a lot off my grandfather.
Did he?
He did. And Mount Panther House, which lies outside Dundrum, which is now in ruins on the top of a hill, beautiful old period home. When the people were selling the house, possibly 60 years ago, my father was at the auction. And believe it or not, there was a grand Backstein piano, a Steinway piano that was taken out and it was put in the parochial hall in Newry.
My goodness, in Newry.
I have that in to be restored at the moment.
My goodness.
Father Moore bought it from the auction and it went into the parochial hall in Newry.
My goodness.
So
goodness gracious. Yeah.
He was a great collector though.
Great collector indeed. Yeah, the pleasing thing about the bookcase is I can use it for books or I can use it for the bric-a-brac of my travels. Yeah. Some little postcards that people send you and things like that. And also it needs to be solid.
Very much so. I was in the house recently that they'd bought a bookcase off me, and they had, of course, books in the bottom, a stereo was in it, glasses at the top, a drinks cabinet, and it took on a whole new lease of life, because bookcase, you think, bookcase.
Nothing else.
This was totally different. I seen a bookcase being put in the bathrooms, towels rolled up, soaps, and so on.
And in my
Quirky.
particular case here, it's acting as a divide between the lounge and the kitchen.
Of course, yeah.
Which is very good there. Now, this is my dining table, and my dining table is of oak veneer, solid oak veneer, and this is good veneer. And will be polished. What's the secret of polishing this table?
To polish it, silicone sprays tend to put a smear over furniture.
Yes.
So we would suggest to people to use vinegar and water for cleaning. Just lightly dampen
Vinegar
the cloth.
and water,
Vinegar
damp
and water
for cleaning it.
But you can't beat wax. It's like waxing a car.
Yeah.
If you have an old car, you wax, or even a new car that's waxed. You see the rain sitting in blodules on the car.
Yeah.
Same as your dining table. If you're going to use this and you have coffee, general wear and tear, you need a filament over it.
Yeah.
We would suggest using a wax.
Yeah.
And the secret of the wax is using it little and often.
Little and often.
Yeah.
Now I see you've got steel wool there.
I have.
What's that about?
Well, steel
On my table.
On your table. That's for more stubborn marks, and I wouldn't suggest anybody to use that unless they knew what they were doing with it.
Ah, yeah. You need a kind of French polisher fellow or someone like that.
Yeah.
Of course, you have all of these polishing fellows in your emporium that's there.
Yeah.
So you take a little area at a time and you go for it, and you put it.
A table like this, if you also do the leaf, I assume there's a leaf in this, isn't there?
Oh, there is. It opens out.
So if you're polishing the table, try and do the whole lot, that you don't come someday and this is a different finish to the centre.
Yes, I know. I don't anticipate needing it for any more than 2 people at any one time.
Oh, right.
Yes, I think that's the stage one reaches in life. The other little occasional I don't know what it's called. I use it as a table for my, again, I got it from you, painting with light from a forest of lamps. There it is, the lamp, the little table lamp is sitting there on its own little table. Beautiful little piece of furniture, solid again, together with my iPad or whatever, the tablet and the speaker. Again, it's utilizing it for something that's not absolutely obvious in the first looking of it and thinking about it.
Well, again, that table, some people would call it a console table, side table. They would use it in the hall. As you say, you're using it functional here in the house with a lamp on it and a stereo and so on. And again, multi-function with furniture. Use it in, anything goes.
I was hugely drawn to the little side table with the marble tessellated top, the little tiles on it, the rosewood table. What's the origin of the design of that sort of table? Where does that come from?
That's Regency, and it's solid cherry wood. It's a rosewood colour, but it's a solid cherry. Yeah. And the marble on the top is like veneered pieces of marble, just to give a difference, not one massive grain. That same company do fruit tree. I must actually show you a bureau I have, and where they got the branch of the tree, of the fruit tree, and sliced it, and they used the slices as veneer, so you can see the burr. Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Then it all fits in nicely with the kind of bric-a-brac that I've collected over the years. You know, memories are made of this, as they say.
Indeed.
And the photographs on the wall, it all comes together as a McCabe's masterpiece. Perhaps we could see you doing some work on the table. Would that be fine?
We'll try.
We'll have a go and do that now. Right, this is the table.
Yep.
We're ready to go. I'm in your hands, maestro.
It's actually quite good. There's a good finish on it. But if you hear, well, you've been using it.
Yeah.
You hear the difference?
Yes.
You've been using here and here with the leaf closed.
Yes, I have. And the leaf is just pristine.
Yeah.
But
so
here it's got the It's a difference between and a that kind of thing. Look what he's doing. What is that you're putting on it?
It's only vinegar and water.
Oh, I see.
First. It's just a quick clean of it.
Yeah.
I take it you use this table without pads and mats.
Oh, I know. I use pads.
Oh, do you?
Oh, they're in behind you. I do. Placemats. I wouldn't dare use it without them.
If you're careful enough, you can use it without them.
Oh, really?
Does that look dry?
Yeah, it's not dry there, though. Now you got it. Look at that.
Now to wax, Ron,
Yep.
probably need another cloth in this just to wax, you normally take a small piece of the table at a time.
Okay.
Do not try to do it all at once.
And what is small?
Well, this is too big. This is a big jar of wax.
Oh, yeah.
This would last you 10 years.
My God.
And you use it in mahogany,
Yeah,
oak,
yeah,
your
yeah.
floors.
And you sell this stuff?
Yep.
Okay.
And it probably, ladies could do this better than men because it's like a makeup. You put it on light.
Yeah.
And you build it up.
Invariably, I find that women have a more gentle touch.
Do you?
That's my experience.
We'll start where
you
anywhere.
are. That's good.
And I would just put it on lightly.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
buff it off.
Buff it
And
off.
you see it coming off in the
Yeah,
cloth.
yeah.
Um,
But at the same time, it's going into the grain.
it is. Now,
Yeah.
I'm probably missing a bit as I'm doing this.
Oh, but you'll get it the next time.
Yep.
Isn't that it? Wow.
Now, if we were doing this in store,
Yeah.
we'd
Can I
have,
take a cloth and maybe assist?
yeah,
No, I
we would have a buffer.
Yeah. A buffer on a zombie.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure many's the house has those things and there's no problem with it. Yeah. Not great. Are you getting the feel now that that is cleaning up nicely?
Yeah.
Or are you still got elbow grease to put onto it?
Loads. That's the secret.
More the better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is nearly half the table done already. No, that's far too much.
Far too much, yeah.
And the danger of putting far too much on, you can't get it off.
Wow. Yeah, I can understand. Here we are. But the difference between this and, say, something like Pledge or whatever, the pledgy stuff seems to just zzz, and then it's off and it's gone.
It's false.
But this here is what? This is the real
This
business.
is the old wax that you would have seen, and people, oh, do you look at the old furniture and how well it's kept?
This is what's done it.
Wax. Did somebody mention coffee?
Yeah, but you'll have to wait.
Oh, very
I have a man in doing the table.
all right.
Oh, yes. He's good. This is as hard. The lads in the office will see this in the workshop.
Yeah.
And they'll think it's the second miracle of Fatima or the third or fourth, whatever it is. Oh, no, I didn't say that. Honestly, I didn't. So this is Raymond McCabe
That's half the table done.
by... Now, can I do a bit of this side?
You can.
No. And you can guide me, O great Jehovah.
Light, light, light. A little bit more. Too much. Small area.
That's wet.
Yeah.
See the way I keep them right? Oh! For bad
Now,
shoulder, you see.
I'll tell you what you've done.
What have I done?
You've probably taken on too big of an area.
Ah, yeah.
And it'll dry quite quick.
So small area.
Small area and buff. The secret is more the buffing off.
How's that? Am I going?
Yeah.
That's wet.
Don't harm it. And you're probably better. You can't see the table, Ron. I can see it better here from the light.
Yeah.
And then you finish with the grain.
You go with the grain. Ha dee dee da da dee da dee dee da da dee dee da dum dee da dee da dum, and not too much, just little and often.
Little and often.
How's that? How we
You're
doing?
doing a great job. Keep going.
We're there.
You're halfway there.
Oh yeah.
You've
Aye.
done that. Now you
Yeah.
have to do the whole way down. Now, if what you find is when you do this once and you come back to do it again,
Yeah.
it'll be easier next time
Yep.
because you're filling, see all the grain.
Yes.
You're filling the grain.
And it's
protecting
going to be You getting some close-ups of that, Andrew? Andrew's got the very tight shots of this. Ah, there we are. We're almost there. Wow, we've done well. We're there. Last wee bit, and we're there.
From where I'm standing here, you can see the beauty of that particular piece of wood coming out.
And that's the joy of it, because you're seeing the natural product, the wood as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. This will be on our program. Everybody across the world will see me doing this. I'm very good at what I do. Look at this.
Then you can start on the legs if you want that.
No, we're not be going to the legs. No. We're not going to the legs. Now put that there. So that's us. The last wee bit of...
And again, sorry, it's the friction here that's going to take
friction,
the polish up.
My shoulder isn't what it used to be.
Now, if you'd...
But with a table like this, sorry, you were saying... Go ahead.
If you'd ring marks on the table, some people come in about ring marks.
Oh, yes.
The problem with the ring mark, if you start... We call it burnishing. So if you have a ring mark here, say a white mark,
Yeah.
and you start trying to rub this mark out,
Yeah.
you're burnishing here only. So you have to really burnish the whole
The
table.
whole table. Oh.
Occasionally we use
Barasso.
Duraglit or Brasso, just
Yeah.
a slight bit of it, and slightly go round to take the ring out.
Yeah.
You also use steel wool, but I wouldn't
No, we're
advise.
not. No,
That's
not
an
unless
abrasive.
we're...
This is an
Yeah.
abrasive as well.
Oh, Brasso, yeah.
On furniture where you get a little mark on the side, we would have a kit that you'd
Yeah.
start off, again like makeup, you're building up. You start off with a lighter colour and you slowly tip it in.
Yes,
And if you're happy
yes.
with it, leave it. If you
Leave
want
it,
a little
yeah.
bit darker, you touch it up.
But this is a lovely table, don't you think? It's an absolutely beautiful table. There's no two ways about it. It shimmers when you apply the wax, and then the friction of the rubbing and the bringing it down to where it should be. You get the smell of the wax coming from it. You get the feeling of the grain of the wood. It's a huge piece, and this is all capable of being bought from you at no great amount of money.
No.
Like you paid, what, £500 I paid you for this?
And the
Goodness
chairs.
sake. And the chairs with it. 500 quid. That's a dining table for life. And here we are. Well, my life's maybe not much longer to go. I'm just a little here and a wee bit more to go. That'll last.
And you could also invite guests and have a waxing party.
Waxing
A little
party.
bottle of wine and just...
Waxing.
Yeah.
We could. I'm going to be laid out here. It's just about the right length, isn't it? You know, the box will be here. They'll come by. He's a lovely fellow. God, he's a nice fellow. Yeah. Now he'll get.
They'll get.
But you know something, you've taken me back in time to the smell down the yard in Mary Street.
Oh, yeah.
The days of my growing up. And I thank you very, very much indeed for that. So the kind of ethos of your place, your emporium, I'm summing it up, and I shouldn't be putting words in your mouth, but I see it as quality, I see it as value, I see it as uncompromisingly excellent.
Try to get the quality right and the price.
And everything else flows.
And everything flows with it.
Yeah.
And that's the most important thing. And like yourself, you bought beautiful pieces. You're not going to replace them.
No, this is me for the rest.
In 20 years from now, I'll be hearing about this desk
You will, of course.
And I'll be saying, would you like to change it, Ron?
I know you would. Now, how much did we give you for this? The
coffee.
Well, do you going to charge me for this?
That's half a coffee.
That's half a coffee. There's no talking about it. I wish you well.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for making my
much.
home what it is.
Thank
I'm
you
very
very much.
happy here.
Thank you.
It's McCabe's where I first encountered them at the age of this size off the tabletop, running around as a 3-year-old in Mary Street, going down over the cobblestones, down the entry and into the yard, and discovered the smells and the shapes and the feelings that I'm encountering here in my home in my 72nd year. It's a good feeling.
But you worked a bit at wood yourself, didn't you?
I did.
You were a carver.
A carver?
You carved. You were an engraver.
I was. Who told you about that?
No, just on the gate of the old yard. There's
He's telling here. He's naming and shaming here. Because on the gate of the old yard, and it's still there. It's covered now. There's a circle of dots with the initials RH in there in the middle. I did this when I was 7. Oh, I tell you. Thank you. Go well. Take care. Bye bye.